Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into a pretty critical meeting, the upcoming first summit between South Korean President Lee Jae-myung and U.S. President Donald Trump. That's set for August 25th, 2025.
That's right. And we've got some good sources, particularly Reuters report that gives us quite a bit of insight. We're doing David Brunstrom, Josh Smith, Juman Park.
Right.
And our goal here really is to unpack the immense pressure President Lee is facing.
Yeah.
You'll see his maybe slightly unusual personal prep, this really delicate balancing act he has to perform.
Between allies and trade partners.
Exactly. And the specific issues that are really going to define this meeting and maybe the future of the whole U.S.-South Korea alliance.
Yeah.
It's quite the situation.
Okay, so let's set the scene a bit. President Lee, he only took office back in June, right? And that was after some serious upheaval.
Oh, absolutely. His conservative predecessor was actually removed. Attempting martial law, I mean, that's huge.
Huge. So Lee walks into this already high-pressure job knowing South Korea's economy, its security, it all leans heavily on that U.S. alliance. We're talking troops on the ground, the nuclear deterrence.
It's fundamental. But what's really interesting, I think, is that he's not just focused on Washington. He's playing this careful game.
Trying to keep everyone happy.
Sort of. Strengthening ties with the U.S., definitely. But without, completely alienating China. China's their biggest PE partner, after all.
That's a tough needle to thread.
It is. And look, he even sent a special delegation to Beijing before this summit, trying to normalize relations there first. It shows, a very deliberate, multi-pronged strategy.
Okay, so that's Lee's challenge. What about the U.S. side? What are we expecting from President Trump? His past comments haven't exactly been subtle.
No, not at all. Calling South Korea a money machine, saying they take advantage.
Right.
So the expectation, based on our sources, is definitely pressure on defense spending. A lot more. Maybe billions more for keeping those 28,500 U.S. troops there.
Billions. Wow. So how is South Korea planning to handle that? What's the strategy?
Well, the main goal, according to the analysts we're reading, seems to be aiming for a no-news summit.
A no-news summit. So basically avoid any big blow-ups or unexpected announcements.
Pretty much. Keep things stable, predictable, avoid unpleasant surprises. It's telling, isn't it? He apparently even read Trump, The Art of the Deal, to prepare.
He read The Art of the Deal. Okay, that shows some serious dedication to managing the situation. But does aiming for no news work? I mean, does it just kick the can down the road, or maybe Trump doesn't see no news as a win?
That's a really good question. It's about managing the immediate encounter, right? Preventing friction now. But yeah, the underlying issues, they don't just disappear. It feels more like a strategic pause.
Okay.
And this desire to sort of smooth things over extends to defense, too. They're talking about increasing spending. They're referencing NATO targets, the whole 2% of GDP thing. And maybe buying more American weapons. But, and this is key, they really want to avoid talks about reducing U.S. troop numbers.
Right. Keep the troop levels steady.
Exactly. And also avoid demands for more flexibility in how those troops are used. The idea that U.S. forces in Korea could be sent off on other regional missions without Seoul's explicit agreement.
Yeah, I see. So contributing more, but maintaining control over forces on their own soil. That makes sense. Some analysts warn that kind of flexibility demand could backfire.
Precisely. It could undermine South Korea's own strategic autonomy. So it's a careful negotiation.
And looming over all of this, of course, is North Korea. That's always the elephant in the room, isn't it?
Always. Both Lee and Trump apparently support engaging with Pyongyang, trying for that phased denuclearization idea again.
But Kim Jong-un isn't playing ball.
Not at all. He's defiant, says he won't give up his nukes. He just tested air defense systems recently. A bit of muscle flexing.
And he criticized Lee's trip to Japan just before this summit. What was that about?
Yeah, called it a begging message. It just shows how tense and, frankly, volatile the whole regional situation still is. Makes that no-news goal even harder to achieve.
Definitely complicates things.
And Lee's other moves are interesting, too. Before Trump, he met with Japan's Prime Minister, Shigeru Ishiba.
To compare notes on dealing with Trump.
Exactly. Shared insights. And then after the summit, he's got plans to visit a Hanwha Group shipyard over in Philadelphia.
Connecting South Korean investment in the U.S.
Directly to that whole tariff issue they managed to avoid recently. It's very strategic messaging, linking economic contributions to the broader security relationship. Smart.
So when you look at all this, what's the main takeaway for you? For our listener?
Well, I think this deep dive really shows us how complex modern diplomacy is, especially in this kind of transactional geopolitical climate. Lee's agility, his preemptive moves, the quiet diplomacy. It's all about managing risk.
Balancing security, economics, national pride.
Yeah,
It's happening in real time on a global stage.
it really is. And it brings up, I think, a pretty fascinating question for you to consider. When the best outcome you hope for from a major summit is basically no news, what does that actually say about the health and stability of that relationship?
Is a quiet summit really a success? Or is it just papering over cracks, a strategic pause before the next tension point?
Exactly. Something to definitely think about regarding the future of these critical alliances.